Okay, so who's going to do the intro?
You can do the intro.
Why doesn't Nick do the intro?
What do you say? This is the end. No Town Nerds. Okay.
This is the end.
This is the D&D. No, wait, no.
Don't try and guess what number it is or what the date is.
You could just dub me over. 3, 2, 1. Okay, welcome to NoTownNerds. I'm Nick.
Are you sure?
Are you asking us?
Yeah, I'm Matt.
I'm Eric.
I'm Pearl.
And Pearl's back from the dead after many episodes being gone.
Just
at least it feels like one
She
episode.
brought a jug.
And she brought a
I did
jug.
bring a jug.
A jug full of delicious beer.
And you can find us at... No.
Oh, look at that. We're going to do it at the beginning? Yeah.
See what happens when I do it?
Yeah.
Shit gets done.
All right,
correctly.
so Nick is going to intro us from now on. Okay, so you
I
can...
don't know our address.
What?
I don't know our address.
He doesn't know our...
I don't need to talk to
Yeah.
myself.
So what's the name of our podcast?
No Town Nerds.
At...
No Town Nerds.
Your apartment.
You can reach us at NoTownNerds@gmail.com. And you can email us any of your complaints, concerns, questions.
You guys suck so much.
Tell us to quit while we're ahead.
Don't have to get a new chandelier.
Are we ever ahead?
No, we're never ahead, so we can just tell us to quit.
What is our
quit beating
Twitter?
the dead horse. It's NoTownNerds. Yeah,
Makes
so our
sense.
Twitter is NoTownNerds. We have a YouTube page. It's also NoTownNerds.
What?
Yeah. And you can find us on CMAC at various times in the middle of the night.
Really late at night, usually.
Yeah. So we're also on Stitcher and iTunes. And if you go to our Twitter page, there's many, many links that you can click on to find our various feeds to find us on. We also have our Facebook page that we're slightly more active on now. We have a grand total of 6 likes.
Wow. I don't think I even like it.
I'm not on there.
Exactly. I was going to say, and it doesn't
get
include two of our
You guys
podcast
are
members.
gonna-
Engineer Aaron over there doesn't
Hit the
even like it.
dislike
So-
button.
I don't think I
Yeah.
didn't
So-
even know it was there.
Yeah. Thanks.
Well, now.
Yeah.
No, hey,
So-
today I will.
There you go. All right.
We haven't gotten
Yeah.
our Twitter official yet.
No, we only have like 8 tweets, so we should probably work on that. I went and followed a bunch of random people and got a few random people to follow us back, but
I don't have Twitter, so
it's
You
okay.
know, twat.
I don't twat.
Yeah.
Not on the computer.
A twit.
Yeah. Anyway, so you can find us on all those various social media things, and they just lead you back to the same place. So anyway,
Right here.
Right here.
Yes.
Matt's living room.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but yeah, our venues seem to change randomly, but this has been a consistent one for the last few weeks. It's a little easier to set up.
No, it's so much easier
Here.
to set up. I like it more.
Yeah.
This is my favorite place you've done it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I don't know, I like the first floor of the Met building, that dungeon look. I think that's kind of fun to do it there.
I actually did have my coworker told me that he watched the episode and it's like, that's really cool. It was like in that weird giant room you guys are in. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool to, like, when we sneak into the corner like that and
Right.
like get all tucked in. It does make the room look huge, but the city of Fresno is actually going to start storing the art pieces from the Fulton Mall whenever they eventually go to open up the
Then we
mall.
need to do it.
Yeah, well, eventually when they start construction, which I think might be later this year or maybe next year, they're going to, all the art pieces, they're going to be temporarily stored.
So what you're
In the
saying is
first
that we
floor.
get a template to hang out with a bunch of art pieces in there?
Yes.
That's kind of awesome.
So, yeah, so a bunch of random statues and sculptures and things like that. And so,
We should have like walking, like when you fall, like walk around, talk about stuff and like follow the art. I don't know. Like that whole come there.
yeah, so we should at some point go back there, but it's I don't know, this is easier, right? And
No, it's super easy.
go grab the gear and set up here, and I don't know. Our podcast listeners don't have any clue what we're talking about, but that's one more reason why you should check out our YouTube page, because you can come and see what we look like,
Or our
and then
Facebook page,
and
apparently.
then never go watch our YouTube show again.
Yep.
But
And we wouldn't blame you.
yeah. But yeah, speaking of our show here, we made a couple of changes in the last few weeks here, adding in a special guest that it does something
We fired
nerd related. Well, Pearl moved.
I moved.
Yeah, I know.
Pearl moved
You
away.
moved on. You're doing adult things in real
That's
life.
right, I am.
Yeah.
Adult things.
Not talking about video games in front of me. In front of camera.
Yeah, but I mean, we've had 10 or so episodes so far, and everybody's been like this rotation of like
Yeah,
hosts. We just
people.
brought in our other nerdy friends and
Oh,
things
yeah.
like that. But the last couple we had with Dan and Travis and the Blood Brothers, that they all do something kind of nerdy, kind of something like that, something fun, and they're creating something, you're doing something, but they're Fresno guys, No Town guys.
They're local guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So,
cool.
That's
Yeah.
why I'm not on the podcast anymore.
You're not
I'm
a
a
local
Visalia
guy.
person now, V-Town.
Yeah. There's also you're not doing anything nerdy enough. So.
I'm not, and I don't even know why I'm on here. I don't talk that much
You're just
anyway.
shaping the youth.
I just
of-
sit here and I laugh and I smile.
Yeah. That's why we have you. Makes you feel good.
You're appealing to the female demographic of our show.
Do you have a
We are
female
checking off
demographic?
that box.
Have
right
you
now. We
listened to
have-
it?
Yeah.
Every now and then, yeah.
Oh, there we go. So we have a
You're
now and
one
again.
female
Yeah.
listener.
You're watching yourself. You're your own fan. You are your biggest fan.
I haven't watched any, but I listen on Stitcher.
Okay.
Oh,
there you go.
wow.
So you're
So
the one
you're the
download.
Yeah. Man, no, those numbers make me sad to go look at those because I get I get statistics from how we use like WordPress to create the feed or whatever. So I get stats from them, but then there's also a separate email with stats from Stitcher, and I don't know if that goes through WordPress or not. So every view on Stitcher creates a view on WordPress.
Yeah.
So I like to think of them as two separate. That like there's so many people watching
Oh,
here
yeah.
and so many people watching here, but I think it's like
Same for the same.
it's one guy watches it on Stitcher and it shows up as a view on both.
That would be
So-
me.
Yeah, well there you go. So, but I do like the change up, the throw in these guys to be able to showcase a little more, make us more No Town nerds to showcase some of the nerds of No Town.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I got that.
So, I mean, so far we've had somebody who plays games for a living on Twitch TV, Travis, and a cosplayer, a professional cosplayer,
Yeah.
and then the guys doing their horror podcast. So,
A rival podcast we have.
yeah. I wouldn't say necessarily
No,
rival.
they're not rival.
They're
have-
pretty
No.
niche and
Oh yeah,
and,
they super are.
and they're
They probably have more listeners than you.
Oh,
guys.
they totally do.
we
Yeah.
100%
I wouldn't call that rivals.
do not
then.
yeah.
You're nowhere
Oh, I didn't
near.
even think about that. Oh.
Yeah. That's what I was going to get to
Sorry.
next. So
Right, the
like
best
yeah.
This is the most depressing intro.
So, but we're working on it. We're working on it, right? I mean, it would be nice if one of you was to step up into the social media stuff, but
the
it's
Facebook
whatever. What?
I can do the Facebook one.
Okay, well, you've been a admin or whatever on there for a while and
I just don't have
done
anything
nothing.
to say.
Still
I
working
don't
on
know
the
why I'm here.
I have nothing to say on
I just
this
sit here and laugh at you guys.
podcast that I'm a host
That's my
of.
job.
So, I mean, it's I don't know. I like the way it's going. I think it's
Yeah.
cool.
It's working out so far.
We've got a nice little list of people yet to come.
An ever-growing list of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just yesterday got to meet one of the guys from the 501st, the Star Wars cosplayers. They were dropping the puck at the Monsters hockey game yesterday.
That's super cool. So was it like Star Wars Day there? Or something?
Yeah, it was Star Wars Day. So they had a big group of them there, and they're all in their
every day's Star Wars
costumes.
Day.
It isn't just
right.
It isn't just May 4th.
Yeah.
No, but yeah. So yesterday was Star Wars Day at the Monsters hockey
Got
game,
it.
and Darth Vader and a couple stormtroopers came out and dropped the puck, and it was pretty cool. And a couple of the costumes were like pretty badass, and there's some kids that were really into it, and some kids that were terrified.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Giant guy in a big black suit. Yeah. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
So,
But there's not a hockey game, so it's like a way aggressive sport. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but but it was
It's
cool.
contradictory, but
It was cool. Everybody was into it. Everybody was taking pictures, and they weren't just all stormtroopers and things like that. That it was just every like random character you could imagine somebody was dressed up as. It was pretty cool.
so are they all
No.
part of the 501 or are they?
Yeah. So they are the I want to say there's the South Valley squad that's under the Central Valley Garrison. So
Okay.
when we have him on in a
explain
couple
that.
weeks here, he can
Yeah,
explain it
got
all.
it.
But it's
Because right now it sounds like Game of Thrones joke, but
yeah. No, I had to go look up Garrison. I couldn't remember 100% what the definition was, but it's when
it's like troops. Yeah.
well, it's troops assigned to
Oh,
protect a city or protect a fort. So it's like when they're stuck at a location, they're a garrison. So anyway, so they're the Central Valley people, so they do stuff in the valley.
That's cool.
So they're the
They
garrison.
actually do stuff, huh?
Yeah. No, that 501st, they do lots
Yeah,
of
that's-
Like
kinda-
charity stuff?
Yeah.
lots of charity stuff. It's kind of like their whole
That's all they do,
organization
pretty much,
does.
right?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Then, intergalactic space battle. But, whatever.
Duh.
Yeah. Fighting
What do
the
we
Civil
do?
War. Yeah. Yeah. So he's down to be on. So our crazy schedule and his crazy schedule have to try and find a time to work out. But
Hopefully the bottom floor of
Yeah.
the Met building.
maybe
Start
we'll
the
see. Yeah. So now that it's cold, we should go and try one of those other top floors with like a view.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
remember we tried to go during the
That's
summer
too
and it was
hot.
hot. Yeah, it was
That's
cool.
gonna be too cold.
Yeah.
It's on there.
Bundled up. And
This is the worst
sunset.
podcast ever.
Yeah. But what else? We got a few people slated up. I think I've convinced the guys from Dorktown, the podcast network in Fresno here.
After many emails and begging.
It only took like 2 direct messages on Twitter. And,
Threatened to kill the
Mozilla.
feds one time.
yeah.
Have you bugged Casey about doing it? Central Valley Horror?
Oh, no, right, actually.
You should.
We should talk about this
About
point.
that. Yeah.
Their name is on the list. If you're friends with them, you should have asked them by now. Come on, Eric.
I know.
They're
I'm
not really
failing at
friends,
this.
but-
We were acquaintances.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should ask them. Yeah,
No, I will.
Do they still do the BMO?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
they do
They
show
do in
movies
Visalia.
in Visalia, but they
Yeah,
don't
I
do.
know that.
We've only had someone in Visalia that could talk to them and live in the same town.
Yeah, have you been to those at the wine
No,
press?
I haven't had time. It's
Yeah.
not at the wine press. It's at
It's a pizza place, right?
the pizza place.
No, I think it's the
No.
wine something.
Mm-mm. It's at the pizza place.
Yeah, whatever, fine. They still do it in Visalia. So that's all that
Okay.
matters.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
at the
look it up
pizza
because I want our
place.
podcast to be inaccurate.
Oh, jeez.
But
This is what we're going to be acting about. This is the thing we're going to fact
it-
check.
The
but it
planning
was-
mill.
that's what it was.
The planning mill.
Planning mill. Yeah, there you go. Because the wine press, I think, is actually a fancy place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there you go. So they would not be at this.
No.
Drinking
yeah.
wine, watching B horror movies.
Yeah.
Well, that would be fun, though.
That doesn't
I
sound
need
like
to
a
go.
bad
I think
night.
I'm gonna try and go for February because I think they just had their January one. But
Mhm.
I keep saying we're gonna go. I just been busy with work.
Yeah, it's a long drive down there for us, but
Bullshit! It's 45 minutes.
that's a long drive.
No, it's not.
Yes, because it's twice.
And I get mad to have to drive back
45
Okay,
like 10 minutes
I'm
to work.
gonna drive here and I'm gonna go 45 minutes back home.
Mhm.
I can do it. You guys can do it.
I got a job.
It's 45 minutes.
No, I've done the drive many times.
Yeah, I mean, I come down here twice a month, so
Mhm.
it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Oh.
Sorry.
Anyway, so go to Visalia, watch horror movies, check out
Fancy
the
wine.
So check out the Central Valley Horror Society, and they do their B movies, and it's cool. Eric and I a couple years ago went and saw Monster Squad.
After it first started.
Yeah.
Was it Monster Squad?
Yeah, down in Visalia.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah.
And then they did for a little while at the Full Circle Brewing Company. They did movies there.
That was fun.
What's Slither there? Slither there.
Slither?
Slither.
Slither. But the Peeves does movies. They do
Yeah,
that.
they have a bunch of them now.
Yeah, yeah. I
So
think
I'm
it's
gonna go
like,
see Indiana Jones
or
Star Wars.
yeah, Empire Strikes
They're
Back
doing
in a
Empire,
couple
yeah.
weeks. Yeah,
And then they're
So-
doing Clerks too. Like,
But
in-
Mm-hmm.
I think like next weekend or
Yeah,
this
something like
Saturday, something like that. Yeah, but so check out Peeves. They've got I think every weekend, every Saturday or something like that, they show a movie. But it's like they just project it up on the wall,
Yeah.
and then they still have the regular restaurant, but then they do live music
we went there
after the
for
movie.
4th of July. Yes?
hmm
And they're playing Top Gun. So we watched Top Gun. Yeah.
Yeah,
Projected on the wall. It's pretty fun.
I think they
Aaron
got
was there. Sound guy Aaron was there. So yeah.
yeah. I think they have the
I said
schedule
point off camera.
up.
What?
They got the schedule up on their website, but the Warner's Theater also has their
They do stuff too,
2015
yeah.
classic film.
But those are
schedule
like
up.
once, like every couple of months, aren't they?
It's once a month.
Oh, okay. Alright.
But this is the thing where it's like you pay $15 and you get into all of them,
Yeah, that's cool.
something like that. Yeah. So it's
Willy Wonka next, yeah.
So January is Willy Wonka.
See?
The original?
15th.
No, the new one. Why don't they
So-
show the original?
Ugh.
So it was the 15th. So that is passed
Next.
already. But next month, February is
Stop looking at Travis.
so February Singing in the Rain. March is A Streetcar Named Desire, and then April is Jaws.
I thought they did silent films. What am I thinking? They did silent films and they had like an organ player.
They do that. This is the classic film series, so
Sorry.
there's something else. Yeah,
Not bad.
but they do that also.
Stupid.
They do those.
If
silent
you lived in
films.
town, you'd know.
That's right. If I did
Yes.
live in town, I would know.
Okay, so May is Back to the Future. June is The Land Before Time, which is I think an odd choice to put in the Warner's Theater,
Yeah.
but I
I
don't
think
know.
that's amazing.
Really? I have no desire to see that. Like,
The
was-
big theater.
as much as I
The
love
Land Before
nostalgia,
Time?
like I do not want to see The Land Before Time. Like Never
Have you
Ending
ever seen it
Story,
before?
Labyrinth, yes, but The Land Before Time, I just
Really?
Well, what about The Wizard of Oz?
They're dinosaurs.
Yes.
Yeah. So The Wizard of Oz is going to be in July.
No.
That'd be pretty good, especially if they do the
I don't
organ
like
player
those.
beforehand.
That
things
would be
like
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the Goonies, Eric's favorite movie, is going to be in August.
He's already leaving.
Yeah. And then Grease is in September, and it's a sing-along. And then October, they'll be doing Night of the
Didn't they
Living
just
Dead
recast?
again.
Again, yeah.
Yeah.
For the remake of Grease.
They're making Grease?
remake.
What?
I don't know. Or maybe it was for I don't know. I saw a headline for. I don't know. Never
Well,
mind.
You have to check the phone now to make sure it's accurate.
Like
you don't want to
on
be an idiot.
Broadway,
Yeah.
maybe?
Yeah, maybe
or...
that.
Don't.
I don't care.
I was kidding. Don't check it.
So anyway, so check out warners.org for that. So anyway, it's good stuff. So who else is lined up for her guests?
I don't remember.
Pearl?
Pearl's there. Sound guy
That'd
Aaron?
be,
Yeah, but we're still looking, so
Santa.
nobody's really made any other suggestions as far as like some people that make stuff. We still need to reach out to James Tyner, our Dungeon Master, Game
Oh,
Master.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Have him on, come talk about
You should
gaming. And,
interview him when the whole thing's done and have him watch
Yeah.
it
hmm
and then judge us after.
And
Okay,
then
you
we can
guys
apologize
are
for
so sad.
making him waste a Saturday. But we got to reach out to that.
I actually
whole-
like his story. His story is interesting, and like
Yeah.
he does why he does it and all that.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just being from like in a,
Oh, yeah,
bad,
we went-
bad
that's a good
neighborhood.
guess.
And,
Watch
yeah.
for the episode.
Oh,
Leave for the
he's-
episode.
He's on the list.
Yeah.
We just have to reach out to him. So,
Again,
and at any point, we just have to reach out.
Matt's calling me more.
Yeah. But also, I mean, it's been tough enough with like the 3 or 4 that we have like on standby, just trying to find a time
Yeah.
for us to get together. It's tough.
Not
It's,
at
you know,
midnight on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
That-
third Thursday of every week.
Yeah. So but we still have the Swede Fest guys. They're down. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we
So
should do that.
They just finished the Star Wars Swede, the Star Wars trailer Swede. That was pretty cool.
When's the next Swede Fest happening?
In May.
May?
Yeah.
They're like every 5 months, right? Like every 5 or 6 months?
Every 6 months. Yeah.
Okay.
So twice a year. Yeah. And
I'm gonna say this. I know I'm gonna get shut down, but you guys should make one.
I don't
I
like
know,
Swedes.
I know.
Sorry. I know this is the thing.
so for the
I
last,
should save that for not
the
saying
last
that.
the last two years,
I know.
Ben Mooneyham
Save
and
it
I
for
have
later.
made
Right.
Swedes.
I wasn't
Yeah.
a fan of that Milo
I don't like
Notice
it.
one though.
You didn't like it?
No.
What didn't you like about it?
It was dumb.
Is Ben's voice?
Yes.
Um,
I know he wants to be like a
It-
character person, but that
it was literally I tried to shoot
Trying
Back to the
experience.
Future. Like I went through and I wrote up. I had like frame by frame, shot by shot. Everything was set up. I had it all ready to go, exact shot sheets. And the guys that were going to help me with it just went MIA. They didn't even tell me that they couldn't do it. They didn't want to do it. They just disappeared. And so I was like, all right, well, I'm pissed off and I want to do it. And I was running out of time. So I just went in a couple hours and I shot some video. I went to the park and shot some shots of my dog and went to my parents' house and got some shots of their cat and the two of them interacting. And that was it. And then I took the trailer and wrote like an abridged script from it. And it was like, hey, Ben, can you try and sound like Dudley Moore and read this? And then it was like, hey, can you play your guitar along to this same sound and just record it? And he used like the camera on his phone and just recorded it. It was real, just quick and dirty, but it was done and it made it and it got some laughs. So
I feel that's what
Yeah.
you should do it though. Like you should do it kind of fly by ear.
The
Yeah.
Cars one you did that was cute.
yeah, so I spent a little more time trying to get all the shots, but you can tell like towards the end of it that I was running out of time because I started using my computer and like looking up. But I shot the screen, so it was kind of funny. But I tried to do a couple different shots with like doing like the Disney logo where like the little light goes over the castle. And so I just took a pen and I like drew the arc and stuff like that. But you can't really see it on the screen that well, so I didn't. I don't know. I should have used like a fatter marker or things like that. But I was running out of time. And then I shot the Pixar logo, the little animation where I have like this USB flex light, and I made it look like the lamp turning, and I forgot to put it in. I went through all that effort to shoot it, and I didn't even put it in.
19 hours wasted right
Yeah.
before we're done.
But yeah, I mean, I went through and I made a list of all the shots today, and it's so easy to shoot when you do that.
Yeah.
Of like you have a minute,
If you have a plan, yeah.
a minute. Well, no, but I mean, it's like I need 40 shots,
Right.
and then you go through and it's easy. Like, oh, I only need 10 more shots, 3 more, just 1 more, and then I'm done, and that was
Yeah.
it. And I just put it all together like a puzzle, and it was quick and easy. So it's. If you have the time, you get people together. It's super easy to go make one of these Swedes. It just
I helped him.
Yeah.
You helped? Oh yeah, you did. You did. That's right. You sent me. I think you're just
right,
bullshitting me. I
did.
forgot. Yeah.
No.
Oh, I put out this call to ask people to help me out with shots, and you were the only one to send me video. Yeah. So
That's why every problem.
yeah.
You're getting clutch.
That's why you ask chicks to do stuff. We get shit done.
Yeah. Right.
Guys
You want
play
to
video games.
You want to do my voiceovers next time?
No.
See, Ben did the voiceovers for the Cars one too, and I thought it was pretty funny.
I like that one though better than I just the Milo and Otis accent thing wasn't working for me.
yeah.
But the Cars one I liked
It's
it better.
funny for him to do all of the voices, you know, even they like his like he tried to be a woman. It's like, let's take a drive. I don't know. Did you see it? Did you watch it at all? Maybe I'll pull it up for you later. I don't know. It's
It was
Remember, I
kinda
just
cute.
said start this conversation. How much I don't like sweets.
but they're fun.
Oh, but the Star Wars one that his friends did was like pretty good. That they did the
Hold on. What don't you like about Swedish films?
It's just like the weird. It's like instead of
things.
instead of investing the time to do that, make your own thing, make your own movie, make your own. That's kind of how I feel about it. I mean, I kind of get like it's good practice in order to get like, you know, like you're saying, like plan out shots and stuff and get it ready. But to me, it just seems like that time could be used like to make your own thing, you know, instead of like creating like I don't know. It's kind of like riffing on idea.
These are
someone else's
like
ideas.
fan tributes. Like the whole purpose is
I know,
to copy
I get
it.
that. I understand the concept, but to me, it seems like time could be better used. Like create your own idea, you know, your own movie, your own trailer, your own thing. That's all.
Well, I'm sorry you don't like to have fun. That's
Part of it too. That's part of it too. So,
Yeah.
but, you know.
Oh.
So that Star Wars thing they did, where they recreated the whole
It's
movie.
cool. Like I mean,
seven
and some
seconds,
of
you
them. I mean,
didn't like that?
I've been to the Sweet Fest, a couple of them, and like they're fun. Like it's cool, but just I don't know. Sorry,
You're lame.
I know I am. It's cool. I just hang out and watch movies
Yeah.
Drink beer.
and drink beer.
I don't know.
And read
Did you see Be Kind Rewind? Did you like that movie?
The movie itself's okay, yeah.
Oh, it was cute.
Yeah.
I said it was okay. I didn't say I hated it. I like Most Def.
So,
Who doesn't?
I think a lot of people like yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Doing the Swede was fun. It was fun making a little short thing, especially
No, that's
like
cool.
I think it draws on that same, you know, when you go to the midnight showings and you're there with all the diehard fans, that like when you
Yeah.
can do something that, you know, is some tribute to that. I don't know, being a fan, enjoying it.
No, I understand. I get it.
Yeah, especially being like you get to show off how clever you are by trying to figure out like the best way to mimic a shot.
Or
you
how
know?
not clever you are.
Yeah. Well, like
Or how
okay, so
lazy you
I think
are.
you and I.
Or how clever you are by not trying to make look
How
clever,
clever
but not
you
having.
think you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
But in reality, being super clever because you just tricked. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So you and I went to one at Full Circle years ago, and the only one that I remember seeing out of that time was the Neverending Story,
Yeah, the little dog.
and just losing my shit over.
That was funny. Yeah.
It was so Falcor is supposed to be flying, and they get hit by the nothing, and so he drops Atreyu. So Falcor's flying, and then Atreyu falls. You know,
We all seen the movie, yeah.
They're screaming at each other through the clouds. Well, they had this like really shitty like 3x4 cardboard paper of like clouds, and then they were shooting that as the background for everything. But Falcor was a little dog, and like some little penchant or something
Yeah.
like that, or whatever. And then
Some
and then it was some like some adult with a wig supposed to be Atreyu, and they would kept cutting back and
Yeah.
forth or whatever. And so when he's supposed to be falling, he's like suddenly laying on his back on that paper with his arms and legs up in the air. And then they cut to the shot of the dog, and it's supposed to be shouting for Atreyu, and they have the blow dryer going to make its ears and everything move.
Yeah.
And it was just the way it was cut and the way it was just so, I don't know, just that one part made me laugh.
No,
I
that's
just love it.
I know the people who made that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I went to school with a chick.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Do you think she does stuff now? We can talk to her.
Yeah.
We can go on the
No,
show.
she doesn't. She teaches first grade.
Wasted talent.
well, maybe we should have her on just talk about the Neverending Story Suite. Wasted talent. Teaching children instead of making sweets.
Because somebody needs to take down a peg as teachers.
Hey.
I'm kidding. I like teachers.
Yeah.
I do actually. I feel like they should be paid a lot more money than they are.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
Because without teachers, I wouldn't know how to read.
Do you?
Sort of. I read comics. Not fancy literature.
Yeah. So what else?
So what's new with Matt? Have you seen anything new recently? Any new movies you want to talk about or anything?
I have
Read
a
any
lot
good books? Some fancy literature, probably? Possibly?
I've not read any books recently in the last decade or so.
Yeah.
But I've seen
Wow.
I've seen lots of things. Yeah, I've actually been trying to watch a lot of my Netflix queue, like stuff that I added a long time ago and never went back. And so I finally watched Twin Peaks all the way through.
The whole show, like the whole season,
The TV series.
Yeah.
I've not seen the movie yet, but the TV
movie's
series.
pretty cool. I don't remember if I watched the movie first, which was a mistake because it like answers all the questions of the TV show already.
Okay. So it takes place after the TV series?
It takes place. It's a prequel
Okay.
of sorts. No, it's kind of weird. It's like it kind of does.
Well, that's Twin Peaks. It can be explained by it's kind of weird. Yeah.
It's kind of weird, yeah.
Have you seen it? No. Okay.
It's only one episode.
He made me
So-
put it in my queue, but I haven't.
It was tough to get through. Like I started watching that first episode, and
Totally
it took
watched
forever.
it.
They don't have the. Is the pilot on Netflix? Because there's a pilot.
It might have been the pilot that was like the first episode.
Well, no, because I think it starts off like the pilot's like it's like a TV movie. It's like things 2 hours long or an hour and a half long. But then it's like if you actually watch like the first episode of the first season on DVD, like which I did, they don't have the pilot on there. It just starts off and it's like what's going on? It's like previously, and then it's like this is supposed to be the first episode of the show.
No, this is like I felt like I was watching a movie. So this got to be that pilot where like it took forever because it was like some crime drama, but it was like I was watching this unfold in like real time. It was just taking forever to get going. Like, okay, yeah, we get it. You found somebody dead, and they're trying to bring in the investigator, and just like having to notify the family and all this stuff, and like all the scenes were just taking forever to get through. And I don't know what this show is. I don't have any tie to it, so I'm trying to watch it. But it was difficult. It was difficult to get through those first couple episodes, and it didn't start getting interesting until maybe later in
How many episodes
the first series. 48 between the two seasons.
Not many, really.
Yeah, they had 24 episodes. Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah.
It seems like really short to me. I remember them like going through it pretty quick. Well, anyway, long story short, did you like the TV show?
There were a couple.
The second season gets kind of wacky.
There were a couple times that I had to Google Twin Peaks. And then the suggestion came up of I don't get it, and I had to click on that because I was not following
tomato.
But it's tough, right? It's tough to get through it. It's.
I mean, I really enjoyed the first season. Second season, but first season I didn't think it was tough. I've seen worse shows. I actually kind of like it a lot, but
yeah, I don't like it. It took forever to get into it. They kept building on all these things, talking about who her killer was and this and that. And I'm like, I know there's like some weird sci-fi element to this, and I didn't know what it was. And it wasn't until like almost towards the end of the season that like it really started to show that. Yeah, and it's like you start to realize how messed up everything is. But
yeah, that's true. I guess it's kind of a slow burn for them to get into like the actual like when it starts getting like really weird.
Yeah.
But I think there's enough weirdness going on in the show anyway, where it's not like
it's all Kyle MacLachlan. It's all him. Like he's the weird guy that comes in.
He's the best character, like one of the best characters on TV. I feel.
Yeah.
Like he's just super like, and like he's talking like, sorry guys, he's like talking to Diane all the time in the little recorder.
Yes.
Like you finally find out who it is. Don't spoil it for these guys because she's gonna be kicking it.
Oh man.
But it's
no, Diane is pretty. It's pretty funny. Yeah.
I'm thinking about Exodus. So.
We'll talk about that next when we get to you.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And then they're gonna remake it. It's coming back in 2015.
Oh yeah, pretty soon. Yeah, they're gonna make another movie.
I think it's another. Oh, I think it's another 6 episodes. Yeah.
Oh, 6 episodes. Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
And
cool.
like they're getting like the gang all back together.
Yeah.
Like everyone's like every day I see like a new like I follow them like.
Another person signed on.
Another person signs on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Because the show does end on kind of a cliffhanger.
Yeah, so the series follows this
reasons.
small town where it's a murder, and all these things start to unravel from that. You find out that there's just a lot more going on, things in that whatever. It's a small town near the Canadian border. I don't know if it's necessarily Twin Peaks, Idaho, but
No, yeah, it's somewhere else.
But but it's like theoretically it's something like that. It's in that part of the country. And so murder happens, and then they bring in the FBI to come help with the investigation, and that's Kyle MacLachlan's character. And I think this was like his first thing, like right after Dune.
No, he did Blue Velvet, which is again another David Lynch thing. That's why he got the. That's why I got the thing for the
He
show.
never did Dune.
Yeah. Again, another David Lynch.
Yeah. But even David Lynch makes a cameo in there, and that's pretty funny. I mean, he's
a funny dude. Like
Yeah.
I really like him a lot. I know a lot of people kind of don't like him, but I like him.
Mhm.
I like everything he does pretty much. But I just think he's interesting. He's an interesting character. So and does interesting things.
Yeah.
So.
So that was cool. So I powered through all that, and I've seen a few movies. Watched Elysium finally and Dracula Untold.
Did you like Dracula Untold?
No, I wouldn't really recommend
Good.
either one of those movies.
We're about to have a serious problem right now.
No.
You did really? That's right. You did see it in theaters.
Man.
God, you hate yourself.
So
No.
bad.
Yeah.
I'm glad I could like sit and play with my phone during that movie or something like that. Like it was, yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. So it was. I don't know. It was all right.
You get the news. I think it's Universal is trying to make it like a universe.
Yeah, they're gonna reboot all the classic monsters.
Oh, yeah.
But as this, it bugs me because why remake them? I mean, I get it. Like
with Dracula Untold being as part of that,
Yep.
or
they're gonna come back as action movies with a horror element. But now it's
like the very
which is
end was
dumb.
kind of like a weird cliffhanger type thing. With
it didn't make any fucking sense.
The
Like that
modern day.
whole movie of like, it didn't need to be.
But come
you know.
on, his
It didn't
fist
need to
became
be.
bats, and all the bats killed the army.
Wait, so how would you tie an I Frankenstein into Dracula
Time
Untold?
travel? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know.
They're all
gonna-
immortal, and there's some
They're
crazy
gonna like
war
redo
going on.
They're gonna
I don't
redo the Mummy too. Again, I don't know how or
with the Rock.
he's a Scorpion King next. Yeah, but I know they're gonna try to reboot all these old classic horror movie franchises as action movies.
Did you just think from
essentially.
the Lagoon?
Maybe.
Is that part
I
of
don't know.
Universal?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like any monster you can think of is part of that scene.
Yeah.
There's only like 5.
And they're gonna have some like Justice League version of all the monsters have to come
They
together.
kind of that's what
Yeah,
they're
that's-
kind of heading to, like a movie where they have all the characters.
Oh my
like-
god, are they gonna have a grown-up version of the Monster Squad?
I think they're gonna try really hard. Yeah. Which
Oh, that'd
to
be
me
terrible.
doesn't sound. It
No.
just it doesn't sound interesting to me at all. Like,
Yeah.
why are you gonna do this? Why are you gonna ruin these classic characters?
You're never gonna do what those other movies did.
right.
You're never gonna bring
Yeah.
in Dracula and it be have the same impact as Bela Lugosi. You know what I mean? It's
Well, the thing gets me is that they're horror movies and they're rebooting them as like action movies. To me, it doesn't make any sense.
no.
Like, I mean, it makes sense because like action movies make money. I get that.
But they weren't that good.
But that's like make Van
Like, they still make money though because
like-
Nick goes watching in theaters, so he makes money.
Way to go,
there you go.
He's part of the problem.
Yeah, but even like
Instead of watching Selma, I
yeah.
watched-
yeah. God, what was it like? Van Helsing, whatever. Like that can be your Monster Hunter movie, whatever. Because that's him. That's an action movie. He's hunting
Right.
Dracula or whatever.
He's hunting
okay,
monsters.
yeah. But like a Dracula movie is supposed to be more scary.
Yeah.
But scary movies don't sell as well as other action movies or.
What about like Hansel and Gretel? That stuff.
That was cute.
I like that one.
That's a. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption here. The audio stopped rolling for the rest of the show, but the GoPro kept going, so there's still some video. So anyway, sorry for the interruption. Back to the show. Redbox piece of junk.
Yeah.
I like that
See,
movie.
all these
Oh,
movies
it's
I would
cute.
love to just rent on Redbox.
Or
Is that a
Netflix.
problem?
Yeah.
No, I don't
No
know
one's
why I
stopping
watched
you.
it in theaters, but yeah, Redbox. These are all Redbox movies.
That you're paying full price to see in theaters.
But it just, I mean, Hansel and Gretel was supposed to
People.
be, you know, they're little kids and they defeat the witch and then that's it. And now to make them like adult, you know,
But it's
badass
cute.
monster
Also
killers.
has diabetes.
I thought it was funny.
That
Like, I mean,
helps.
it
I
was
know it is.
like-
It's funny.
It's funny. But then, I mean, to that's already a dumb premise because like Hansel Gretel, it's kind of a dumb story.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
yeah,
There was way
But I mean,
better
it's
than Dracula
not-
Untold, though.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that made sense because it's like a really dumb, wacky idea they can make into like an even dumb, like wacky movie.
Yeah.
Nobody's made a Hansel and Gretel movie.
But even like
Yeah.
So
Ever.
there's that too.
I'm pretty sure there's been a couple Hansel Gretel movies made in the past.
there was a Hansel and Gretel movie in like in the 80s, early 90s, something like that, that it was pretty terrible.
Huh.
Yeah.
Was Renner in that one too?
It might have been a short, like made for TV movie or part of like a group of films, but I remember seeing it that it was like little kids.
And I think I've seen the one that was like a horror version too, actually.
Horror.
Horror.
This happens a lot in that podcast.
Yeah.
Decided to say scary.
Yeah.
Speaking of I Frankenstein, though, I did watch that too. I watched
I
that
haven't seen
recently,
that
and I couldn't finish it.
No, that looks
Yeah.
nothing
I
about
love
that.
that
looks-
one.
Yeah, like I got
I-
it,
It's too good for
I
that.
trudged through it because of Bill Nighy. I love him.
Yeah.
Man.
but so in the middle of the movie, like I got up and started like doing dishes. And things like that. Like the movie was still going, and I doing other
Turn it on.
things.
I started another movie in the middle of this movie.
Yeah, but it's just it felt like Underworld,
I was gonna say, is it related to the Underworld universe?
No. but it was like
exactly the
let's
same.
replace vampires and werewolves with
Gargoyles.
Frankenstein, gargoyles, and just generic like demons undead.
Yeah, CG.
Who was the
Yeah.
main guy in it?
Aaron Eckhart.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
What got these $1,000,000?
Yeah. I mean, it's I don't know, that whole concept, like the gargoyles were fighting the demons, but there was like a finite number.
You know that classic story? Come on, man.
Yeah, but there was like a finite number of demons that like they were trying to kill them all to go back to
Demons
hell.
and angels.
But there was but they're saying there was a finite, like there was only like, oh, they started with 5,000 and now they're down to like 1,000 and they just have to keep killing them
Well,
and
'cause
sending
they
them back to
don't
hell.
reproduce, duh.
Exactly. However, they did steal that stupid scene from
So how do they get
Van
money when they
Helsing.
can't reduce it?
Yeah.
They stole a scene from Van Helsing where they
Reanimating?
string up a bunch of people and they have to use Frankenstein's technology in order to reanimate the dead. Like the
You didn't see
vampire
it?
babies in
That's
Van
about
Helsing.
You didn't see it?
What?
Van Helsing?
I Frankenstein, no.
No, why would I watch I Frankenstein? We just talked about how much I
Did
hate
you watch
this thing.
Dracula
Yeah.
Untold?
I don't watch Dracula Untold.
I
No,
did.
I thought you
You
did.
did? No.
I thought
Oh,
you
wait.
told me you did.
Van Helsing. Did you see Van Helsing?
Yeah, a long
Okay.
time ago.
Long time ago. Okay, so all the vampire babies would die, right?
Right.
So they were going to string them all up with electricity, and they were going to somehow
Right,
use whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well now replace
Right,
vampire
it's
babies with dead people, with just dead bodies,
Okay.
and that's the twist of I Frankenstein.
That's the.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, thanks. Then.
Yeah, they're going to use Frankenstein's technology to
Got
reanimate
it,
those
got
dead
it.
bodies in order for the demons to inhabit them, so demons can come back.
Cool.
And then this makes Dracula mad from wherever he's at and has to stop him.
It's
with the
Untold.
Hey, what did I just say?
Dracula's sitting idly by, waiting for that gene pool to suddenly come back and
No, I
create a
haven't seen the
woman that
wild
looks like his wife.
gargoyles.
So,
What happened to the
so
gargoyles?
the original Dracula or whatever, or the one before him, he's there.
Tywin Lannister. Yeah.
Yeah. He is gonna assemble the Avengers? Is that it gonna be?
He's like the
Well-
Nick Fury.
Well, because he said that like the darkness will leave me and be passed on to you.
Yeah. But then in the
But no-
end, spoiler, like he's still following Dracula.
And neither one of them look as rough as he did when they found him in the cave.
yeah.
So where is that the darkness? It was the made him look like a fucking ghastly whatever guy, or is it like just the hunger and all that? Is that the darkness? I mean,
I don't know.
there's so much that like I
Lost
don't.
in translation.
Yeah, I don't think they knew what they were doing, so it's impossible for us to know what they were doing.
Filmmakers, because
I'm so gonna watch this now.
It's
On Netflix.
No, you're part of the problem.
No, I'm totally no, I am part of the
I
think,
problem.
like,
I love this shit.
whenever they find out he's a vampire, they should have like the villagers and all that should have definitely come in and like what I mean, like he should have been
Staked his
more.
ass.
I don't know, like he was more outcast than he was. For them to be like, get away, and then be like, what do you want from me? And then they were all, oh, never mind, sorry, I didn't make you bad.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what it was. It was just like it was real quick and over, but I don't know. It's stupid. That's dumb. It turns
You
into
watch
that.
any good movies recently? Like we watched Guardians of the Galaxy or something?
I feel like I watched something.
The Hobbit
the
was
other
alright.
day.
Was
I
it
did watch The Hobbit. Yeah,
the new one? Right?
yeah,
So I haven't made it. I want to watch it.
Cool.
I'm just...
yeah. So yeah,
That's cool.
the five armies, whatever. Yeah. Okay, so
Okay, so what are the five armies? It's
Okay.
the dwarves,
yeah, the dwarves,
the elves,
the elves.
Humans.
humans. Are the humans with the elves though? That's what I was getting a bit iffy on.
No,
They're
the
on the
people
same
of
side.
Lake Town, whatever the humans. So they were.
Their own army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they also had the
There's-
orcs,
Orcs, yeah.
and then there was a fifth army.
The eagles.
The dragon? The dragon was... No.
Smells.
Gargoyles? Was there a gargoyle army?
Who came? No, the other.
The other dwarves.
The other dwarves. Then sorry, my mic there. The other dwarves.
So
Fifth
what is that?
army?
6?
Was that the fifth army?
We're up to 9 armies right now.
No, because they were together. It was just their other kin. I don't know.
I mean, you can have multiple armies of the same race. Just saying, guys. Or saying...
I don't know. I stopped believing the movie after that.
This is lost on me now.
Yeah, because there weren't any other
Full of historical
like
inaccuracy.
men that showed up. It was just the people of the Lake Town.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So
I heard the moose.
so you can't count the races or whatever. It's the elves. It's
Yeah.
the orcs, the dwarves, and men.
And eagles.
That's on 4.
Eagles.
So the eagles are 5.
Hey, always late.
Yeah.
Elves, men, dwarves, orc, and the eagles.
Son of a bitch.
There you go.
That's fun.
It was really cool to see like Galadriel fight.
Spoiler.
Damn, it's really good. I don't want to say it anymore.
Yeah. Now that I know the firearms are, I don't even need to go see the movie.
Well, you know what was bullshit though? The biggest fucking like upsetting thing of the whole movie is what happens in the first 5 minutes.
What happens in the first 5
With
minutes?
the dragon?
Yeah.
Oh,
Spoiler
yeah,
alert. Fucking Smaug dies like before the credits are finished. Like it's.
which I feel should have been the desolation of Smaug. It should have been,
Because he was desolated.
right?
But it's like that
Smoke is ruined all over
that
town.
whole
Yeah.
movie builds up to him just getting out, and it's like, oh yeah, some shit's gonna go
like
down.
a 10-minute fight. That was pretty cool.
If that, whatever. No, it was like he just burns the town, and then he shoots the third arrow
was so
kills
bad.
him. It's like, what? That's it?
Why didn't you just do it in the beginning?
And then he just like sinks to the fucking bottom of the lake or whatever. Like it's over.
Yeah,
Like, why couldn't you just include that in the other one? And
yeah.
why
we had
did
to make
whole
more
new-
room for the barrels,
Expensive barrel scenes.
Yeah,
which I enjoyed.
I don't know. It's dumb.
So you want to think good movies, man?
I just keep naming my bad movies.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I watched something else that was pretty good the other day, and I totally found a link on it. See, it's like all the other bad shit is like overriding the good stuff.
Because you get mad about it and you think about it longer.
Yeah.
It stews in your head longer and you're like, fuck that movie.
Oh, you know, I went and saw the
Paddington Bear movie.
no, the Cumberbatch
It's not
movie,
even out
the
yet.
Imitation Game.
Oh yeah, how's that?
The Imitation Game. It was cool. It was a neat little movie. It was follows the life
Crow
of
cacking
Alan,
or crow
sorry.
code breaking. No, it follows the life of Alan Turing, who, and I didn't really know.
It was EA, but they don't really highlight.
No, they do highlight it.
They
It's
do?
like a huge facet of the movie.
I
Yeah,
heard people was like complaining that it's not big enough.
It wasn't gay enough.
it's
Yeah, it wasn't gay enough.
no, it's like it's kind of a huge. It's a huge
Like a unicorn.
thing. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know with like how spoiler alerts work on things based on real people.
Reality.
Yeah, like if we say
Miles
that
dies.
Lincoln gets shot in the theater,
Oh, come
like
on.
is that really a spoiler
Yeah.
alert? But I don't know. So so they follow his life, and I didn't know a lot about him. I heard of the Turing test, which is a test to see if artificial
That's how-
intelligence is like real or whatever. Or not.
Yeah.
But he. It's kind of weird. The way they tell the story, it jumps around a lot of going from like at the end of his life to when he's a child to during the war and then post-war. Like it really fluctuates all over the place. But it just follows, him applying for a job to work for the military and then getting in and having to work with these guys to come up with the code and just everything that they had to go through. And they don't really go too much into the science of what he did to crack the Enigma machine, but there are just other things that like you think it's going to be that like, yeah, they cracked it. Oh yeah, we're going to be able to save everybody, and then it's no, we can't let them know that we have we beat it. Like we have to be subtle about what we do, and we can't just and like one of the guys on the team, they have to make a decision that like it affects them, and it's. I don't know, it was a good movie. I liked it. There's a lot going on, but him being homosexual was like a huge part of it. Especially towards the end of it, yeah. Like there are some scenes toward the end where they bring up text and talk about what happened in his life later on and things like that.
I got a read during a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever you watch all those fucking foreign horror movies,
I'm kidding, Matt.
but
I'm good movies to read, Matt.
yeah.
And dub it.
But I liked it. I thought it was good. So I don't know. Enough about me. What have you guys seen? I think
Bro, go.
we took up too much time now. We only have 50 minutes left.
Jesus.
Wow. No, I haven't seen anything, but
All
I
this
did
talk-
do something.
What did you do?
I did the Marvel experience.
Oh yeah, we did that. How was that?
Yeah, it was fun. Like they set up, it's like a touring thing, and they set up little domes in like different cities. So when I went to go visit my family in Arizona.
Yeah.
We did that on Christmas, and so it's like.
Is that similar to what's at Disneyland in the Interventions building? Have you been there?
It is kind of similar.
Okay.
It is. So you're like a shield trainee, and you're in
so
a
it's-
shield, kind of sort
Okay.
of maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Little bit.
That sounds better. Okay.
It
Continue.
is. It's fun, and you're in these domes, and it's a shield facility, and you're trying to. You're training So they have this thing. It's a rock climbing wall for like Spider-Man stuff, and they have a laser maze, and you have to do the Black Widow shit. And like you're on these, you're on these different platforms that sensors, and so you're doing shit like Iron Man and doing shit like the Hulk, and the whole time there's things being projected onto the domes. Like they have Maria Hill up there, Wolverine's up there, and they're talking. And you go in, and it's a story. There's a story that goes along with it. So after you do all the little tasks, you go in, and there's like a 20-minute 3D thing on the dome, and it's all 360, and they break into this thing, and there's Murdoch, and the Red Skull, and Lady Hydra.
The real actors?
No, it's all animated.
Oh.
But it looks really cool.
Because it's 3D.
Yeah, and then the last 20 minutes you're on a simulator ride, and you save the day.
Where is this?
It's a touring thing. It's
Are we coming to Fresno?
probably not. Marvel Live is coming to Fresno, which is like the stunt guys.
Marvel on Ice.
But it's fun. I mean, it's set for like 10-year-olds. You know, like.
That's okay.
Pearl had a
Not-
blast.
I did have a
watched that film,
blast.
so-
I did, and there's this
Like
thing where you
mental.
get to like summon the characters, and you have to do like these stupid poses and shit, and like the characters come up and they're projected on the screen over you
Yeah.
and stuff.
There's something similar to that at Disneyland, where you stand in front of a monitor and it's using like generic motion capture. And, like you put your arms and legs out or whatever, and then it tracks where you go. So it overlays the Iron Man costume over,
Cool.
so you can do the different poses and fly or shoot or whatever. But if you move too quick, suddenly you see all the pieces get jumbled because it can't track where your arm
I
went.
see the little circle.
Yeah. I beat you, Iron Man. I beat you.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, that's what I got.
That's what you bring to the table?
That's what I
Literally, that's what you
Hobbit.
Or a 45-minute talk about Dracula Untold.
So, but if it comes to Fresno, you guys should go.
That would be cool.
Oh, yeah.
It was fun. It was fun.
I'm still playing the shit out of Diablo. That you got me hooked on, Nick. Have you had a chance to play, or are you just rendering D&D scenes?
I'm rendering something right now, actually. No, I haven't. I heard there's a new patch. I heard it didn't really change much, but
I had some
haven't played
issues
in months.
with the patch. The same day that it came down, like your whole computer went crazy.
I heard there's been issues. I think it's just server issues. But that's boring.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some fun stuff.
Elysium. Not
So, yeah,
Elysium.
Exodus.
Equilibrium.
Oh, Equilibrium.
Equilibrium.
Okay,
You guys
so-
seen it?
All right, so here's
All these movies start with E.
for the last 10 minutes of our podcast. Here's a little flashback. Okay, so Equilibrium came out in 2004. Yeah. 2003.
When did the
Something like
Matrix
that?
come out?
2001.
No,
No,
it was the 90s.
99.
98, 99.
I don't know. If someone
Frozen
could pull
look
their
up.
phone out and
Yeah.
Oh, there's a database online. If you check these
It
things,
didn't come out in 2004. It was probably like
The joke never
2002.
gets old.
it never gets old.
Never.
Yeah. Yeah. You always just look at your phone and look up the info instead of making that joke. They should do that.
Yeah,
from now
but I'm lazy.
Okay, so Equilibrium. When did it come out?
buffering.
It's loading.
Oh my god.
And Weevy up in here.
2002.
2002.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's good. That's all I
So
gotta say.
it's a typical dystopian, bleak future movie where emotions are being repelled. They're being repressed through a
Drug.
yeah.
Prozac.
It's pretty much
Prozac,
like the
that's it.
same idea of most dystopian movies.
Yeah. So if there's nobody gets excited, nobody gets angry, then there's no war. So
Unless you're
nobody
Tay
cares.
Diggs.
That's what they did. I did like how he chopped off his face.
Tay
Do you remember
Diggs?
that? Oh no, Batman chopped off Tay Diggs'
At the
face.
very end of the last fight.
sorry, Moses chopped off Tay Diggs' Why would they
So
cast
Christian Bale.
as Moses?
So Christian Bale is
Because
Hey.
Moses is dreaming?
remember what they're called?
Batman?
Clerics.
The Grammaton clerics.
Tetranomaton.
Necronomicon.
I just watched a crap something. I know they're clerics.
Yeah, the Grammaton.
I thought that was cool, and then he's gonna kill the father. See, that's see what they
So,
did there?
so he's like the special Jedi that go around and hunt people with emotion. Who's the resistance?
Bastards.
Yeah, and it's I don't know, some of the way the government's set up and all that, it still looks a lot like, V for Vendetta or like Ultraviolet, like that kind of stuff, where it's like they just have this immense amount of soldiers with helmets that cover their face and know they
Yeah.
people to come.
The bicycle helmets with the leather trench coat.
Yeah. So, but the fighting scenes in there are pretty badass. Where they do a lot of it of like, there's a scene where they go into a room and it's total darkness. He shoots out all the lights, and the only light you see is from the gunfire, the muzzle flash. Mm-hmm. And so it's kind of cool. You're in this dark room, and suddenly it's just here's a leg, here's a fist, here's somebody.
Which I rarely see anymore.
I think that seems funny though, because it's all and then
it's just like completely still, and suddenly it's like that.
Yeah.
It just reminds like old time cartoon where like they put up lights and she sees her eyes. Yeah. That's all I think about when I see that.
Yeah. But I mean, the whole, I don't know, it was kind of a cool movie for the time. Yeah.
I think I do like The Matrix more though.
I like Equilibrium. Sorry.
I like.
There actually was like a debate when making out like which one was like better.
Yeah.
And
there's all those theories.
How do you really compare the two, right?
They're both just like they're like kind of like it was a style like a
they
style.
They use bullet time.
Yeah, it's like the guys in like leather jackets that like fire guns. It was like they're like sunglasses, super like leather.
The black guy.
Yeah. And then I think like because like I think people were saying that Equilibrium a long time ago was like a rip off of the Matrix.
Not really.
People say dumb things. I'm just reiterating what I heard back then.
In the fight scenes and things like that, and because of how they're dressed, I could see that much it looks like, but like the stories are completely different. Yeah.
I think the little quote on my Equilibrium box says "better than the Matrix."
See, that's the whole thing. So.
Yeah. So I don't know, but even like the Matrix, like the first one was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it fucking
then
went off
ruined it.
Yeah.
So do you own Equilibrium on DVD?
What?
Do you own Equilibrium on DVD?
No.
You do.
Hell yeah,
obviously.
I do.
I did. I don't know where my DVDs are.
Bro, that's it.
We'll take it. I own it, so it would be funny if we all owned it. Then it's kind of neat. Yeah, something had to ruin it.
I don't own many DVDs.
No, you don't. You're supposed to be.
I was looking at that.
Yeah, I've even got it on the shelf now. Yeah,
what a sad life.
I used to have all my DVDs and like movies and everything in a box, and it's like, well, now I have a shelf, so I'm gonna put it on the shelf and put it on display so everybody can see.
Buy a smaller shelf.
Yeah. Like, if only I could display my hard drive on there. It's like, you can see all the thousands of movies I have on my hard drive is different than the...
But you don't have Equilibrium on your hard drive, do you?
I might. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
No, that's good enough.
Yeah, but my sad little DVD collection, I think like 2/3 of that I probably bought with you and like Amiga Records.
It's a good place to buy
all my used copies of Star Trek movies and
Family Guy movies.
Yeah.
Family Guy DVDs.
Yeah. I did just find the animation show though, which is pretty awesome. After watching all those Don Hertzfeldt like clips when we were kids and
have you seen he has a movie on Netflix actually. It's called It's a Wonderful Day, I want to say. But it's actually it's really good. You check out. It's about a guy that has like some crazy disease. No, it's
all animated.
Yeah. Well, it's how you like change up the style. I mean, it's animated.
The GoPro finally ran out of battery, so got it plugged in, got it back on. Here's the rest of it. And we're back. Okay, so the battery on the GoPro died. Hopefully the cable will stay plugged in now and we continue. So
yeah, we missed it. We were very funny and charismatic.
Yes. It was hilarious. Yeah.
I couldn't win by 3 points.
Charisma.
Yeah. What were we talking about?
He's talking Equilibrium at great length.
I want to hear about Exodus.
Yeah,
Exodus. It got terrible. It's actually a really, really bad
movie.
movie, but I kind of really like it.
Is it? So I might like it.
Yeah. Are you really into the Old Testament?
Catholic.
Yeah, that's kind of
Maybe that's why I really wanted to see it.
No, because like Noah came out and I'm all about that stuff.
Yeah,
I know a lot of Catholics hated it.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it.
Is this a sequel?
Technically, yes. Actually,
prequel? No, because I think there's like a trilogy or something they're planning for him.
Are they planning a whole universe? It's God making the Avengers.
Get all biblical heroes together for one.
That was really good.
Actually, that would be good.
I want to see Noah and Moses and
the whole
somebody else.
Other people fight a giant snake.
I think there's somebody's stand-up of like that of like God's Avengers.
I'm sure this has been like I'm sure like you can go to like any sort of like Christian bookstore and they probably have tons of stuff already. I mean, like honestly, it's like to teach someone a lesson about eating apples or whatever. But
anyway, so it's an Exodus of Gods and Men.
That's the real title. Once you get past all its flaws and you just kind of enjoy it, it's actually really good. And I really like the fact that for all of the whole plagues, there's this one Egyptian that they all make fun of, even though he's trying to explain everything scientifically. And it makes really, really good sense, like how a lot of the alligators were like going crazy and made the whole Nile River red.
Mm.
And that led to a whole bunch of frogs leaving the river, and that when they died, all the gnats came.
Mm-hmm.
And he's explaining it to it scientifically, and they just hang him.
Yeah, I was gonna say they kill him, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And I thought that was really cool.
See, I love shit like that.
Yeah.
Like in Noah, where they're explaining
Lynching?
the story of Genesis,
Yeah.
and they're showing evolution.
Well,
Like,
that's
I
so
love
cool.
that.
That little,
Yeah.
That
like
little
the,
sequence. Yeah, I love
it's
that.
super neat.
Do you think that's upsetting to?
Probably.
Yeah.
That's probably
Yeah,
why a
probably
lot
is,
of
yeah.
my people didn't like it.
Yeah.
My people.
Mexicans?
Mexican Catholics?
Oh, okay. Catholics, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why they cast Christian Bale as Moses, though.
Well, I mean, if you would, though, you could. Or if you could, you would.
He didn't even do his voice. His Batman voice.
Which would have been awesome, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have an important question for you, though.
Okay.
Have you seen Prince of Egypt?
Yes.
So, Prince of Egypt or Moses?
Prince of Egypt.
Prince of Egypt.
Cartoon?
Hell yeah, that movie's
I
awesome.
really like that.
So you like it better than Moses?
Yeah.
Okay.
How old is this movie, by the way?
It's a while ago.
Egypt?
The animated one, right?
At least 10 years.
Oh, really? Is it like DreamWorks?
It might have been, no, it's like Disney animated.
So I
think
can't remember
it's
if it's
DreamWorks.
I wouldn't,
Prince of Egypt. Did they have the scene when the firstborn dies where it's just like everyone's crying? Like, seconds after it happens, everyone cries?
I don't remember.
Because in
remember
Moses
like
that
a
happened and I
ghosty
was like,
thingy.
fuck, I can't remember if they did that already. That was
98. I want,
I just remember like, deliver us.
It's a musical.
Oh, and the best thing about
wait, it's a Disney movie,
Disney?
right?
It is?
The best thing
I've
is
seen
they
it.
actually, to me, they show, this is stupid, the most accurate representation of God.
Which is
Giant
Burning
finger.
Bush.
It's just a little boy and he's completely a dick. He's
Aw.
like,
Makes sense, yeah.
he's like, I'm growing impatient, and then Moses is like, well, it's just happening now. It's been 400 years, and you've let these people suffer, and it's like, yeah, and that's it.
Makes you think.
Yeah.
About
I don't know.
apples.
You were raised Catholic, right? Yeah.
It was fun.
I don't know.
It's
I
like
also
saying
watched
movie.
Passion.
I still need to go see it. Passion of the Christ?
Not recent.
I did not like it.
It didn't make you become Catholic?
No, I
Even
already
stronger
was.
Catholic?
No, but like I went with a bunch of Catholic friends and they were crying and they loved it, and I was just like, this movie's like over the top, gruesome.
They're focusing.
You're just
they're
in the middle,
focusing
in the
on
middle of
too
the
much
movie.
about
You're just like,
Wait a
I think
minute.
Caviezel, let's jump Caviezel.
He made a good Superman. Yeah.
How was Left Behind?
Oh, it was terrible. I think did I talk about this last time?
I think you just talked to me.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, with the Nicolas Cage.
The Nicolas Cage one. I'm
Yeah.
like, this is gonna be like my boy Nicolas Cage is gonna
Yeah.
deliver good laughs, right?
Right up my alley.
And it's based like on this weird story by Kirk Cameron or whatever. It's gonna be
Oh,
awesome.
did Kirk Cameron do it?
He did the
original
or he
movies.
started in the original one.
The Left Behind or whatever.
Yeah, that's what it is,
Yeah.
right? Same story. I don't know how similar they are or anything. Do you want to like burn an extra minute or two, or should we be alright for the whole editing thing?
We just need to.
Not a crying problem.
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So ended up being like borderline unwatchable. I had to watch it in like 1.5 speed just to like get through it because I was gonna finish it because damn it, I want to see what happens.
Uh-huh.
Nothing happens. For about an hour and 48 minutes, nothing happens. But yeah, I mean,
So it's like the first Hobbit movie.
it's those 3 hours.
They're just trying to set up like, oh, here's this family being normal.
Not even. Well, kind of, but I mean, it's just a really. I can go at length about how much.
I can't remember. Did you say that when they disappear, they leave their clothes behind?
Yeah, it's and like there's not even like a funny like boop noise. Just like they're gone, and like I don't know.
It was DreamWorks that made.
DreamWorks?
Yeah. There you go.
You said it was Disney. I said it
I
was
said it's
DreamWorks.
DreamWorks.
I said it was Disney.
I said it was DreamWorks.
Yes.
I said
Anyway.
it was God.
So he's being a dick.
God released it on VHS.
I don't know why you're
Oh,
surprised
God.
this movie sucked though. Like when you text me, I'm so angry. I'm
It's a
like,
Nicolas
I don't-
Cage movie.
Yeah, I expect him to be like super. That's what doing Nicolas Cage. You know what I mean? I want this to be a Nicolas Cage movie, but he's just kind of like in it. And the parts that he's in are pretty funny because he's always like just has a confused look on his face, like what's going on with
Did
that?
you ever see Season of the Witch?
I did.
And you liked that one?
I didn't like it, but it was a lot more entertaining than this movie was.
Fair enough.
Is it the witch?
I feel
Yeah.
like Nicolas Cage was just there and he was like, give him the money.
Pretty much, that's how he does a lot of. Well, not even a lot of movies. Some movies. he's good.
Adaptation.
Adaptations is good in.
Hmm.
Face Off, amazing. Face Off.
Drive Angry?
Drive Angry was fun. What other ones was good?
When Peggy Sue got married.
Ooh, Con Air?
Con Air.
Yeah.
The Rock. All of it. I mean, like, if it was Nick Cage, then like I'm usually even I even like Ghost Rider, because like I'm terrible. Like both of them. I know they're really bad. Yeah.
But Nicolas Cage didn't hurt Ghost Rider.
Well,
But he helped it out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
Did he help
so
it?
like,
Yeah.
that's why I'm like, a movie as bad as Ghost Rider, I find entertaining still. It's because Nicolas Cage. So a movie that could potentially be as bad about
Like The Wicker Man.
I love the Wicker Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. The truck constantly hitting, like, he's on a boat
Yeah.
and then there's a truck there. That doesn't make any sense.
Uh-huh.
Alright, whatever. Let's go with it.
The fucking puns.
The bear
the bear
scene?
puns.
That is the best.
Casey's
Vaseline in the face.
Casey's joke of like,
Movie's unbearable.
no, he had the bear costume on and he's running. He doesn't have any shoes on. I can't even do it. He's barefoot.
Casey Cook.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, so imagine it was like this. We're just like,
We'll stop it now. We'll never get this. Alright.
Why is it funny?
It's so bad.
It's like a dad joke.
Oh, fuck.
Well,
Thanks
that
for
one
joining
goes.
us.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. We're NoTownNerds.
Oh, man.
You can find us on Twitch.
oh,
Not Twitch. Twitter. Stitcher. Twitter. Facebook.
Can't stop crying.
I thought I told you to wait for me. Oh, good God.
What is it? What's wrong, sister?